I'm Mesa. I'm very well aware of how unpresentable I look today. I'm about to have a shower, so please ignore that. I also know that I could have waited until after a shower to make this video, but this is something so important to me that I really truly felt the need. I had this idea pop into my head and I'm like, I need to say this now. This is something I need to talk about. I'm gathered with my council. We have My Mellow, we have Hello Kitty in the corner here, we have Funshine Bear, we have Psyduck, and we have Lil Peep, okay? So the topic I really needed to discuss so importantly right now, right this very second, and I will be posting this like 2 seconds after I am done filming it, is yaoi, okay? I am very openly a FUJO. I have been a FUJO for a very long time. I have been a FUJO before I even knew what a FUJO was. And before you're asking, I am not attracted to men. I think they're gross. Yeah. I actually really do think they're quite disgusting on so many levels. And before you ask again, yes, I am very picky. And no, I don't just consume femboy media, although I'm not against it. That's not the only thing I consume. I really like blondes. I really like redheads. I'm open about that to just about everybody. If you take a look at the men that I like in K-pop groups, you would notice that all of them are very feminine. Even my own mother, she saw this, because she used to ask me, she's like, you're a lesbian, but you like so many boys. She was talking about Dan and Phil at the time. I know, really funny. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm still a lesbian though I like boys. And then when she saw some of my K-pop men, specifically Felix, and really got a good look at him for the first time, she was like, that's a very pretty boy. And when she saw like her first photo, her first comment about BTS ever, I think it was a photo of Jimin, and she was like, he's just a very pretty boy. These K-pop boys, they're all just very pretty. And I'm like, I know, right? She's like, yeah, no wonder you like them. They're really gorgeous to look at. And I'm like, right, which is exactly how I feel about yaoi. And before you ask, once again, I do consume yuri. I am just as much a hime joshi as I am a fujoshi, okay? But the reason that I don't talk about my hime-ness as much is because that actually is embarrassing for me, because I am attracted to it. So meanwhile, sometimes there are scenes in yaois in Thailand, you know, if you're into the Thai BLs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's some scenes, 4 minutes, I'm looking at you, where I'm like, I can't sit through this. This is just such a hard watch. And I think it's because like it's not attractive in that area for me whatsoever. So sometimes I do find myself needing to skip through. A lot of them are cringe and have really shitty writing, which is also something that is very difficult. So I think you'll find like mangas, manhwas, whatever, those are going to have better plot, better writing, because they're not just throwing it all together like they do in GMM-TV. That's not to shade GMM-TV. Sometimes they've got some good stuff, but you know, The Next Prince could have been so much better had they had more than one writer working on it. You can tell. It's like, okay, you just keep pushing out this yaoi, and the quality's so shit, we can tell. It's like people are gonna consume it anyways because they find the actors attractive, they find themselves attracted to yaoi. And I am very well aware that being a lesbian FUJO is very rare in and of itself. In fact, I have so many people deny that I'm a lesbian because I'm a FUJO. This has happened ever since 7th grade. The very first time I was called a FUJO was in, I think it was in the algebra math classroom, and I was sitting with one of my mates, and I don't even know how we get on the topic. I think we were talking about Yuri on Ice because it was like the year or the year after Yuri on Ice had been released, and it had come up or something, and she's like, are you a FUJO? I think you're a FUJO. I had no idea what yaoi was. I had no idea what fujoshis were at the time, but she just like, she clocked me right then and there. Darcy, if you're watching, if you remember, I know you know. You saw through me before I even knew me. I knew I was a lesbian, but I did not know I was a FUJO, and you clocked that. And for that, thank you. Thank you for giving me the time to actually look into that, because I've been consuming queer media before I even understood what being queer was. Just like back when the only queer media that was actually made by queer people for queer people, not talking about all those lesbian films that used to exist, all made by men. Oh, that's right, they still exist to this day. And Thailand themselves has only started making GL. They're in a GL renaissance, as I saw someone say this year, and I'm like, Gap the series. If you knew me in 2022, if you knew I was into Thai dramas, like, you must have heard me talk about Gap the series back in 2020. That was a massive hit, and then we heard nothing. There was like nothing in terms of Yuri for a while, and then all of a sudden this year there's just been a renaissance, and it's like Yuri, 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 Yuri. And don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's harder for me to consume. It is harder for me to talk about being a Hime Joshi, because I actually like that. And I don't know if this is like something that is so distinctly just me, but it is. It's I mean, anyways, back to this friend in 7th grade. You know, I think a lot of people, or in that friend group specifically, I think it was known I was a bit of a FUJO on the DL, and I was kind of teased about it playfully, but they never really judged me for it. And of course I didn't really understand what they were saying much about me, but it is really funny looking back on it, because it was like 5 people, they all knew somehow and I didn't, and that was genuinely hilarious. But you used to be crucified like to the max. It was like the witch trials, which is horrifying, and I feel bad for the witches in the witch trials as a witch myself, but yeah, no, you really were crucified. It was like the worst sin in the world to even ship 2 men together. I think I ship them because I enjoy the process of objectifying men in that sense. Not objectifying them for me though, because I don't even like that stuff. And I've had so many people say, oh, maybe you're just like a bi-romantic, you know, or maybe you're like bisexual or something. And I'm like, this sheer idea of kissing even a femboy, I can't do it. Oh my god. Oh, no. I understand the femboy hype. I'm a Felix bias, okay? But before being a Felix bias, I was a rosé bias, okay? I am a rosé bias, okay? And that just means I'm a raging lesbian with a taste in blondes. So, the point I'm trying to make this video, and with the council gathered with me today, is that it's okay to be a FUJO, it's okay to be a lesbian FUJO, it's okay to be Hime. Like I said, I have consumed more queer media than I have ever consumed straight media, and that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to discover Scam Norway. I didn't mean to discover that. That was an accident on YouTube. I fell into a little rabbit hole. I had no idea what was going on, no idea what I was consuming. Back then, the only queer media that was good to consume was foreign. All of it was foreign. Oh, isn't it funny how to this date that is still the case? The best queer media is all still foreign. Oh my gosh, it's such a nightmare. It is 2025. Scam was what, 2015? Guys, it's been 10 years. Can we like hurry up? Thailand's literally carrying out asses at the moment. And like, props to them for that. But they shouldn't have to. If you've been watching Revenged Love, I have heard that there were a lot of FUJOs on the set and behind the scenes of that thing, because it's adapted from Counterattack, which was also another drama that China did a while back, and it's based on a novel. I've heard rumors the author is a woman, is a girl. So what I'm thinking is the reaction for that was so good. So can we just have more FUJOs and FUJO centered like industry, like put FUJOs in FUJO-centered positions because they know what we want and they give it to us, okay? And that's why I feel like Revenge Love was just so good. I mean, yes, the actors, they add something to it, but I do believe majority of it is behind the scenes. The people working on it, they know exactly how things are run. They know what people want because they are the people. Think of the Voltron official account right now. If you were in the Voltron fandom whatsoever, which there's a chance you might have been, Kick, Klance shipper right here. Klance #1, first and foremost, always Klance. I myself, one of my nicknames is actually Lance, which is a play on my real name. Because I loved Lance so much that my little sister was like, I'm just gonna call you Lance from now on. And guess what? She still does. It's still my #1 nickname. Anyways, if you were a Klance shipper, you have seen the Voltron official account in 2025 and you have seen what they are doing. Mind you, this is all to hype up the Voltron movie that's coming out with Henry Cavill or whatever. I don't care about Henry Cavill. I've got a friend who's head over heels obsessed with him. I really don't even know who he is. I just know his name is more familiar than he is. I don't know, he's probably known for cavalry. What's that? Like the Knights of Favonius, like cavalry captain? Like horses? Is he known for horses? Okay, he might be known for horses or something. But I think he does like action movies with horses. But he's in the Voltron movie. And they hired a Gen Z intern, what I'm calling a Gen Z intern. Obviously, this person must be getting paid. But they had to have run a Klance fan account in 2017. I know they did, actually. I'm looking them dead in the eye right now. They have read Dirty Laundry. They know about Gasolina. They know about Colors by Halsey. They know everything. That's because they are one of us. But the thing is, Voltron did so much Klance baiting and queer baiting just to throw in some shitty representation at the very end, which didn't even last 5 seconds in the official, like, end of the show. We don't talk about Voltron. But it's irritating me. It's really grinding my gears. It's like in this yaoi revolution that Fujos are having and Fudans. Not gonna hate on the Fudan shoes. It really irks me. It rubs me the wrong way. Because it's like I get that this person themselves is literally one of us, but the way that it's the official account, it's like haha, but also you know what you're doing. This is just queer baiting again. You are Klance baiting me. This has happened before. I've seen this film before and none of us like the ending, okay? Isn't Taylor Swift Miss King Bean 89? Didn't Taylor Swift write Harry Potter fan fiction? Guys, the Fujos are all around us. All the time, 24/7. They are hiding in the bushes. They are the bushes. The Fujos are in the bushes. And I see them. I see them in those bushes. And I go, and I walk away. Because I want them to stay in those bushes. Because they're observing things, they're slowly moving things that normal people just can't. Like, their power in the bushes is so powerful. Where am I going? I'm going off on it. I don't even know if this is making any tangible sense, or maybe I'm just lacking that much sleep. But the Fujos are in the bushes, and there's power in bushes. There's power in the bush, guys. I should probably go. I'm gonna go and drink lemon water because what I've been doing recently is I've been poisoning myself with lemon water. That is a joke. I am not poisoning myself. Lemon is not poison. Remember when smut was called lemon? That's how long I've been around, guys. And that's not just oh, I saw people talking about it on TikTok, so now I know what lemon is. Guys, I'm a killjoy. I'm a killjoy. Yeah. Remember when everything was just called the blank fic? I'm looking at you, the hat fic. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I know you know what I'm talking about. The bread fic, the forest. I can't even take that one seriously. Didn't Brendan Yuri make a joke about the milk fic? Oh my god. Oh, this is like ancient lore that I'm unraveling. But you see, Yuri doesn't have much of that lore, and this is the problem. Okay, more himes, please rise, himes. Please, I need more lesbian content, please. Look, I know that we all love Goonette. She's a child at the end of the day. The TikTok ban was just as sad for me as it was for everyone. But the thing is, I was never into it as everyone else was, because I don't actually care about having a femboy of my own. I like having someone I'm like, yeah, that's a little femboy that I like, but I don't like him. But I saw this photo of Yeji earlier at a fan meeting from ITZY. The idol from ITZY at a fan meeting. And then who was it? It was Mia from Everglow. Back in like 2023 with like the short blonde hair or something like that. 2022, I don't. I've been listening to Everglow forever, but like, tell me how I didn't know. Actually, I probably did see photos of her. If I look back on my Pinterest board, she's probably on my attractive women board. Yeah, I've got a board for that. Anyways, the next time you ask your lesbian friend who's a FUJO, why do you like yaoi? If you're a lesbian, doesn't that mean you're bi? Doesn't that mean you're attracted to men? Shut the hell up. You know, a lot of straight women watch lesbian because it's better than straight. Never silence the lesbians, guys. They know something we don't. Why? They hold the key to everything. We hold the key to everything. We are the real source of power in this world. Lesbians have been ruling the world. It's not lesbian take whatever that thing on TikTok was a couple years ago when like all of a sudden everyone was a lesbian. Like it's not that. It's not like the lesbian takeover, lesbian apocalypse, whatever that was. This is different. Man, I miss Bubbline. I miss Yuri on Ice. I miss Yuri on Ice, bruh. We could have had Ice adolescents. We could have had more of Victor with long hair. We could have had literal Yuri on Ice. Oh, no, don't talk to me. I'm still upset. I'm not over it. Oh, Oran High School Hope. Okay, yeah, I'm a fan of that too, but you gotta admit, like, Yuri on Ice is more upsetting. This has a shot of espresso in it. It's Hong Kong milk tea with espresso in it. I don't even like coffee. I don't know if that was a good decision, but right now, it's about time for me to go and check his KH. Because I'm pretty sure one of my yaois has been updated. So I'm gonna go hop on and do that. In the meantime, if you don't consume yaoi, yuri, any gay media, if you were not raised on it, that's okay, we accept you. But I do suggest you look into it. I don't care what your sexuality is. Yaoi and yuri is universal, okay? Be a hime, be a FUJO. No one's stopping you except yourself. And it is not embarrassing to be into it. But the last thing you should be doing is being performative about it, okay? If you don't actually like it, don't say you like it. Just outwardly say, yeah, I support the gays. Not the biggest fan of the genres. No, actually don't say that. Don't say that. Maybe just keep to yourself. Yeah. Alright everyone, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to ramble about right now. The council and I will see you next time I want to ramble. I might be 20 by then. Might have had my 20th birthday by then. That's coming up. I hope you have a good day. Stay hydrated. Go drink some lemon water. And get into some yaoi. Okay, bye.